everyone, and welcome to Letty Does Playing Vantage. So, I am taking a break from playing my game books in order to show off Vantage by Stonemaier Games. I've shown off some Stonemaier games in the past. I have done some Wyrmspan Let's Plays, and I have done some Expeditions Let's Plays, and this is a culmination of all of that knowledge. This has been in the works for about a decade, and this is just basically Jamey Stegmaier's baby, and it is an awesome game. So I wanted to share it with you guys just so you can know about it as well. Let me set this back here. This is Vantage. Well, partially Vantage. I have here the rulebook, so here's the overview for it. It says, you begin each game of Vantage on an intergalactic vessel heading towards the same uncharted planet with one of 21 missions as your primary goal. Each player selects one of 6 unique characters, enters a single-person escape pod, and crashes onto one of 126 different locations. You view your location from a first-person perspective. You can communicate with and support other players, but you are separated by vast distances, so only you can see your current location. You have complete freedom in how you explore, discover, and interact with the planet. In addition to a mission victory, a destiny victory, or an epic victory, which is completing both the mission and the destiny, you may define success and Vantage through anything you pursue and achieve. Vantage is not a campaign game. Each game is a standalone experience. You bring to future sessions only what you've learned about the world. Basically, it's a roguelike game. You're going to start off each gameplay potentially with a completely different character, a different mission, and a different location. You are going to get a lot of opportunities to explore different parts of the world, and I just think that's really great. I've actually already, whatever, I'll go over that in a bit. I have some notes up here, so if you see me glancing up here, it's because I want to make sure I get everything to show off. I have to partially set things up, which includes like taping stuff down because I have a lot of cats and I want to make sure that they don't mess everything up. But everything here is taped down in order to prevent stuff. This has a lot less moving parts in it than some of my other games, which is why I felt comfortable enough to play it here instead of needing to go to the library. So hopefully I'm correct about their behaviors and how much precautions I need to take. Game overview. The game consists of players taking turn clockwise around the table. Each player performs one action per turn unless indicated otherwise, using skills contributed by any player to decrease the action cost, rolling challenge dice based on that cost to determine any complications encountered, and placing dice on cards and grids to mitigate those complications. You always succeed when performing an action. The challenge is to avoid losing time, morale, and health. You will typically begin the game by exploring the area where you arrive, which will be different than other players, and interacting with various locations in the hopes of adding cards to your 3x3 grid. These cards offer additional challenge, dice placement slots, and other powers. One or more players may pursue the shared mission while you travel to this planet, and along the way you may discover various destinies, options for resolving your fate on or beyond this world. You must discover destiny cards. There is no destiny cards revealed during setup. Work together to share knowledge, skills, and impact dice slots as you seek to avoid any player's time, morale, and health being reduced to 0. So I am only one player. Basically, I am in complete control of everything that is going to happen. I'm the only one taking turns. So a lot of these things don't really apply to me in specific in this moment, but they are helpful for when you play with more people. On most turns in the game, short passages of text in a storybook are referenced. Early in your turn, you will read the cost and the action in bold. Then later in your turn, you will read the result, which is the unbold text. We recommend that players share the responsibility of reading aloud with another player reading on your turn so you can focus on the mechanisms of performing an action. That's this big old stack of books. Usually when you play with multiple people, you can give them like 2 each to each person, just to make sure that like you're not needing to shuffle through all of the books. And then hopefully like someone else will read on your turn, just so you can focus on what decisions you're going to make. But since I am one person, I am going to be managing these all myself. Solo play in Vantage is the same as any other player count. The respective number of challenge dice scales as normal, with 10 dice total in a solo game. There is no automa to represent the other characters. You are in full control no matter the player count. You only ever control one character, and then we highly discourage you from breaking the immersion by playing multiple characters. So I'm only one person. I'm only in charge of one character for now. Don't try to do multiple characters because you are also only one person. Okay. And then this is my favorite rule. It's the rule of thematic fun. So if you are ever in doubt about a Vantage rule, card, ability, or anything else, choose the most fun answer that makes sense thematically. We are always happy to help in real time or after your game if you post the question, aided by details about the situation, including exact text, when available in the Vantage Facebook group, on Board Game Geek, on the Vantage FAQ page on our website, or on the Stonemaier Games Discord server. Basically, it's house rules codified, but it's like I was already going to do that, but it's nice to have it as like a definitely do that if you're confused. So I think that's really great that they put that in there. And yeah, this is all just talking about setup and the card grid, so no need to worry about that. I will go over that another time. And you guys, that's why I need to tape everything down, and hopefully it's sufficient. What I have on the table is actually only part of the game. This is the game. It's really big, so I just am going to have that kind of off to the side, but these are all like item cards, and these are just all the cards that you have up here. These down here, these big ones, are going to be your location cards, and then the way that they are, you're just going to kind of, you know, go through them looking for what you need. I also have this, which is just a placeholder. Basically, how you use it is whatever location you're on, you just go ahead and put that down there, and then when you are going to switch locations, that just makes it easy to put it back, you know, take it out, you go to a different location, there you are. So it's really big, and I am just going to have that off to the side, but this is what the game looks like, just so you know how big it is. And then the books and stuff go in here. Yeah, so it's a big game. Let's just go over here to location 0. Weeks after receiving a mysterious signal from the Traveler, your ship arrives in the orbit of an uncharted planet. Create the total challenge dice pool using 8 dice per 2 per player. I've done that already. Each player gains a different skill, and its matching character card. Place the card in the middle of your grid and gain its when placed benefit. I have already done that, and I'll show you that here. And Pass Letty here. I need to roll a skill die to figure out who I'm going to be playing as. It looks like that is a move, which means that I am going to be playing as Jules, the captain. Now let me set all this up. And we're back. Okay, and we have got Jules, the captain, is going to be the character that I'm playing as. This isn't a card. There actually is a card that you can place down, because this thing is actually a dual layer player mat. This is the Vantage dual layer player mat, and I bought this separately. This came separate along. I also had to buy these money coins. This was also a separate purchase. By default, you're going to have a card like this, and you just make your grid yourself. But I wanted to have this so it's kind of more in there, so that when cats jump on it, if cats jump on the table, they don't pop out. But oh, and also, since I'm playing as Jules, I have here my name tag that I've made. So give me a moment. It has a little move symbol on it. And there we go. Now I've got my name tag on my flight suit that I got from my friend Vanessa, who asked me not to mention their names, but thank you. Even this is actually taped down, which is why I had that already set up. And it's when placed benefit, she is going to have 2 of these boost tokens on her card. All right, then each player sets the time, health, and morale trackers to brazen, daring, practical, or cautious. The book recommends that I do daring to start. I've actually played 3 games before this game, and I've just done all of them on daring. My first game was to make sure that I understood all the mechanisms of the game and how it worked, and whether it was interesting enough to show off. My second game was actually when I played yesterday, when I was setting up to make sure that everything would be good to record. And then my third game was actually when I filmed yesterday. I had also played as Jules, and I completely lost all that footage because, yeah, it was just too hot. So, I just had issues with the recording yesterday. So here we are, lucky number 4. So we've set those trackers there. And then the first player gains 2 skills at random and places the matching mission. See right sidebar in the center. They may re-roll pairs to get an easier mission. Then everyone goes to location 1, which can be found on the back of the Book of Secrets. So this thing, this board right here, that is going to be your center. Anytime that something refers to the center, it's talking about this board. These are going to be my skill die right here. I need to roll 2 of them. And I have gotten a help and an engage. And that means 1585. Okay, this is my mission goal chart, This Unknown Planet. View at least 2 different pages in the Book of Vantages. Track progress here if you do read 1585 in the Book of Secrets. So our mission is going to go right here in this slot that says mission. I'll discuss more on that later. And then we need to go to the back of the Book of Secrets. And the Book of Secrets is going to be right here. We need to turn over to the back, and here we are now. The ship malfunctions. You have mere seconds to escape. Each player gains a different skill. Select or randomize. Places the matching location in their location card holder and simultaneously follows the instruction on their card. Each player should now have 2 skill tokens from this location and step 2 on location 0. And the first player should have 4 skill tokens. So I need to roll one of these. And that is going to be a help. That means number 5. And here is location 5. Your escape pod seals tight, ejecting towards the planet in a completely different direction from the others. Gain 2 random skills and crash into the matching location. Whoopsie. You may re-roll pairs to get an easier location. And then it just says here, keep this card, number 5, in a holder to obscure the back of your new location and future locations you visit. What it's talking about, card holders and stuff, it's talking about this thing. When you're playing with other people, you're going to slot this in like this, and it's saying that the back of it will obscure the back of the location that you're on. But since I'm recording and I'm only one person, the way that I am going to do this is I just am going to put it right here so you can see. And then I'll just keep swapping them out. So this is location 5. This is where I landed. Now I need to roll 2 more skill die, and then I have some further location as to where I am going to crash. Oh, doubles. Well, it does say to chart this unknown planet, so I suppose that's okay. You can re-roll pairs to get an easier location, it says, because the doubles, I guess, they're harder. But I suppose for our purposes, I hope it doesn't matter too much. Here we are, location 601. I immediately suffer 1 cold damage. Several patches of spiky bushes thrive in this otherwise desolate, frozen landscape which stretches far to the north and east. That is where we have crash landed. We have some skill tokens from where we have landed. I'm going to reorganize this area because there's like some reference things that I want to be able to have there. So immediately starting the game, I've already taken 1 cold damage. I'm down 1 health, and here is how that works. So if you suffer 1 heat, cold, or hypoxia damage, you lose either 1 health or both time and morale. Basically, like, you get hurt from it, or you're going to lose time and morale trying to not get hurt from it. So I feel like that makes a lot of sense. We are on somewhere that has like some... there's some plateaus in the background, and then we have some pillars here in the front, ice pillars, and then it says that there is some spiky bushes. Now, as for what you can do and how to play this game, the exploration aspect comes in. You can either depart from this location, which is up here, or you can take a location card action. So your options are 1 of the 6 actions. In this case, this location allows me to wander, smell, whisper, craft, consume, or pluck. That's all the information that you're given. You kind of have to just match it up with what the corresponding skill is to infer what it could be talking about. So this is a move action, this is a look action, an engage action, a help action, a take action, and an overpower action. You can only do 1 of those per location, so unless it says continue. If it says continue, then you must continue. If it says you may continue, then you may continue. Separately, there's also card actions on my mission and my character. So for my character, I can master, buy, or equip. That's just all the information that they give you on that. And also jewels, they have these boost tokens. If I spend 2 boost tokens, I can either get 1 money or 1 move skill, or I can use 1 boost to reroll 1 of my challenge die and gain a move if the result is unchanged, or I can transfer 1 reserve card into my grid, this being my grid. Up here on my mission, I can pivot, research, plead, or hone. Plead or hone. That's a look action. That's an engage action. And that is a help action. So I think because of where I am just going to keep suffering cold damage so long as I'm in this area. And because of that, I don't really have many moves unless I fix that. So I think it's better if I just stay where I am at the moment and just kind of work with what I have before moving. That seems like the better idea. Otherwise, if I just keep walking around, I'm probably going to die. So I think we should go up here to our mission, and I think we should research it. So the way that you do that is, researching is a look action. So you have to go and find the look book, and then you have to go to the corresponding page number. So, or not page, section number. You have to find the number of the card in this book. That is going to be 1585. 1585. Cost of 2 to research how you can complete the mission. This action can be performed at most once per game. So the cost of 2 means that I need to either roll 2 challenge die or I need to pay 2 skills if I have them, but I don't. So I just need to roll the die. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, this is a blank result, and that means that I don't take any penalty. It just goes up here to the completed challenge die area. Nice. As members of the Galactic Cartographers Guild, your primary goal is to chart as much of the planet as possible, viewing the world from new perspectives. Look for towers to scale so you can see the surrounding area from above. Gain the map of towers 1259. And now I have gained the map of towers right here. So this is the map item, map of towers. View page 16 of the Book of Vantages until the end of this turn is its ability if you pay 1 boost. And then it says here, when placed, gain boost per adjacent card. So I'm going to place it right here. That is only going to get me 1 boost. But that is all I need. I actually think I might be near one of the towers now that I know what it is like telling me. So is this right here a tower that I can climb, or is it referring to some other tower? I don't know. But that is going to be the end of my turn. Not that it really matters for solo play, but just to keep track of it so you guys can know. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'll be putting a link in the description if you want to check out the rules and stuff. Okay, so that was a great first turn. We have a map of towers now. I think, I don't really know if pleading or hone would do anything. It says hone is a help action and plead is an engage action. Maybe I should do that. But also this says navigate. Okay. Maybe I should just look at the map of towers first, so I have some idea of where to go in case this gives me some navigational ability. So I think for my next turn, I'm going to spend this boost in order to view page 16 of the Book of Vantages until the end of this turn. So here we are, Book of Vantages. Let me find the page. Here's page 16. It's going to be the map of the towers. This is my notes in case I want to make any. And I think I'm just going to make a quick, kind of sloppy note for this. Maybe like this. So I've broken it into 4 areas, and then I need to further fold it into another 2. I mean, I don't know how helpful this will be, but at least I'll have it. I can keep looking at it, but that does cost a boost each time. Oh, something on there. So that one's like here and here, and then there's like some mountains. That's meant to be mountains. There are none in B. There's one in C up near the top, kind of middle. Then, there's one in the middle. of the cross area between C, D, G, and H. And there's also one next to it as well. More in the H quadrant than in the D quadrant. And there's one in the lower east, southeast of D, H. I will probably get more boosts in order to see this later, but it's okay. One, it's kind of closer to G actually. How weird. G has like this arc thingy with an eyeball. I don't know. There's one up on L. There's one kind of bordering L and P in the center. There's none in K. There's one in O, one in N, two in N, one in M, J, and kind of near the bottom-ish there. Okay, so I have some idea. Is there any, like, further landmarks I can write down? There's a lot of, like, stuff going on. Is that where I am? Am I an I? I'm seeing some, like, tower thingies, but there's snow, so probably not, right? Oh, L! Is that me? There's towers in L. I'm seeing some towers up here. Okay. Or maybe N? I'm seeing some towers here too. Or maybe those are bigger than I thought, and what I'm looking at is actually here. Oh. This is hard. Maybe I should just write, like, ice is all over this. Ice. And then, Village? Colosseum? I don't know what this is. It's like a tower thingy. This is like a... There's an arc, and then woods. The woods kind of go like this in the bottom of I. Okay, sure. And there's like a bridge here. I don't know. Woods. Ice. Ice. There's some like roller coaster looking thing in H. And pillars. Okay. Well, the thing is, I don't know where I am. So that kind of sucks. It's like this crystal thing here in B. I don't know. And then like towers. And all of this is mountains. Mountains. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense to me. All of this that isn't ice is mountains. There's a little bit of woods here, and then there's like woods there. Ice. And yeah, all that's mountains. Sure. That all makes sense. Okay. We don't need to look at that anymore. Not this turn, at least. I might need to reference it again because my artwork is really bad. Okay. So the thing is, I don't know where I am. I know where things would be. If I knew where I was, that would be great. So maybe the next thing that I need to do is I need to like hone it. And then maybe that can get me something. I don't know. So for that, you need to go to the help book. It's going to be the green one. Okay, it will cost 2 to hone your talents for the mission. This action can be performed at most once per game. I have 2 help skills, so I'm going to pay those. You work on enhancing an ability to complete the mission. Gain ability 1503. Okay, so this is useful. I've gotten the ability scale. And it will allow me, scale requires nearby towers or walls. Pair your region in the lookbook with page 2 of the Book of Vantages for your view. Gain boost on your character. Yes. Okay. That's great. Awesome. It is a cost of 4, but that shouldn't be too terrible. All right. Okay. It requires a nearby tower or wall, and then I can pair the region. This is very good. I'm very glad we've done this because now I can, if I manage to find somewhere to climb up, I can I can scale the wall now. I can scale stuff. This looks like a tower. I can scale potentially. That might be where I'm going next. Plead. What would plead do? I don't think I need to do pivot. Would pleading get me something else? I think it will. So I think to complete this mission card and everything that we can do on it, let's go ahead and plead. Because again, if I keep moving without like being certain of the direction where I'm going to die of cold damage. Hypothermia will get me before I am able to complete the mission. So let's find the help book. If you can find the help book, excellent. We need 1585. It will cost 2 for me to plead for someone to support my mission. This action can be performed at most once per game. I will reduce the cost by 1, and then I will roll 1 challenge die. That is a setback, which is actually not, it's not a good thing because it's still in the challenge pool, but it does just get put back into the challenge pool. I don't need to suffer a punishment. So we've paid the cost now. A helpful sentient offers to lead you to a temperate location featuring a tower. Choose one. 349 in the prairie. Go to 442 in the desert. Go to 458 along a canal. Stay at your current location and gain 1 boost. Okay. And that is going to be it for part 1. So I filmed parts 1 through 3 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, and that's all I got for you for now. Get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!